Now we're going to talk about rapid sintering of zirconia. I know no one here wants a rapid sinter, right? So I could get it. Okay, so energy is required to make something 50% denser than the 100% dense. That's what we're doing. We're taking a disc that has 50% air in it, and we have to drive out the air. That's it. That's what the sintering operation is. So what do you require for rapid sintering? Number one, you have to have a small number of units in the furnace. The mass in the furnace has to be small. Number two, you need a small furnace, because the thermal mass of the furnace is also going to count. The bigger the furnace is, the harder it is to get the temperature, and the longer it's going to take to get down. But if you want a rapid cycle, you need a smaller mass furnace. And basically, you need silicon carbide heating elements rather than molybdenum disilicide. If you cool the molybdenum disilicide furnaces down too fast, the heating element may crack. The silicon carbide furnaces don't, however. Those are very good. You may have seen ads for the Ostromat furnace from the Kima, and those are very good. And there are two types. One can hold like 20 units, and the other can hold like 40. But in the fast cycle, they're recommending no more than 1 or 3 single units, no bridges, 1 or 3 units in the one unit, and no more than 6 or 7 in the other. As long as you keep the mass of the single units low, in other words, the number of units in the furnace low, then you're able to do sintering. It doesn't rapid sintering. It doesn't make any difference what material it is. Also, you have to remember, because the furnace has a certain amount of thermal mass, you could program the furnace to go faster than the furnace actually can. So that little electronic thing that says 99 degrees a minute, well, you could put anything you want on the number, but that doesn't mean the furnace is going to follow it. And what that could mean is that you're actually cheating the material on the top temperature, so your hold time actually gets shrunk. So on heating, we'd rather see something like 10 degrees a minute rather than 30 degrees a minute. And on cooling, it's even more important to go a little slower, especially down to 950. As I said, the rapid sintering is depending on the furnace design and the number of units in the furnace, not on the material. As long as the material can fit into that 1525 or 1530 sintering times. Now, there are 2 critical temperatures for zirconia. One on heating is 1200 degrees, and one on cooling is 950 degrees. So on heating, there's 2 ways of doing it. You could go up to a temperature and hold it. That's the way some companies recommend. We would rather you go slower, and you wind up pretty much at the same rate. We're a little more cautious on cooling. 950 on cooling is very critical. If it goes through that 950 cycle fast, it's going to crack.